Absolutamente, claro, pero nosotros...
Give me that. It's me, Alonzo.
Si, senor. I was telling Gomez about the Jeep.
It's there. I understood that. What about the horses?
All accounted for, senor.
If her maid is with her...
Dolores must be with the senora. They were together the last time anyone saw them at the hacienda.
Perhaps they went for a picnic by the waterfall.
It's possible.
Check it, Alonzo. Anything that's possible, I want checked.
Si, senor.
First, Marissa returned from Africa before I knew she was coming, and now you can't find her. How badly do people want your jobs down there?
We have not rested for a moment, senor.
Are you positive any information about what happened here in Bay City was hidden carefully?
I am sure.
You'd better be. Use more men. I don't care how many you hire, just find her. What's that?
We may be able to return to Paraguay sooner than we thought.
Let's get to the hospital.
You're scared of me, aren't you?
That's ridiculous.
Why can't you look me in the eye?
It's just because I'm kind of nervous about working in my dad's place.
You sure that's all?
Yeah. Listen, just because we...
Wound up in the same bed last night.
Yeah. Just because we got in that situation doesn't mean...
No.
Cheryl?
Oh, gosh. Would you excuse me for a second?
Yeah.
Cheryl, I'm calling you. Come on, get over here.
Here.
I tell you to stay away from him, didn't I?
I was just...
Just don't give me this just stuff. You've got glasses to clean up.
That was the emergency?
Oh, are you going to be a smart aleck, or are you going to help?
Listen, just because you're mad at Kathleen for going to see Aunt Helen doesn't mean that...
Listen, I am not mad.
Yeah. No, you're not. I can see that.
Okay. I'm furious.
But I don't understand. I mean, what's the big deal?
I should have never encouraged Kathleen with that book. Especially now that Reginald Love has crawled out from under some rock like a spider you can't kill.
Must bring back some pretty bad memories, huh?
Listen. Something I haven't told Kathleen or MJ yet.
What's that?
Well, I talked to Rachel Corey, and I gave her a photo of your mother. And she's going to make a sculpture of her.
Oh.
Come September, I'm going to put her on her grave in memory of the day she died.
That's really lovely.
Yeah, the only thing I could afford when it happened was a simple, flat stone. It's bothered me ever since it happened.
I know.
So when I saw Rachel's sculpture, the idea kept eating at me. Finally, I commissioned a work of art. Me, huh?
I love you.
Oh, it's going to look just fine on her grave.
You know what? You are the sweetest person I've ever known.
Because you haven't seen your mama.
I bet she was really special, huh?
That she was.
Do I remind you of her at all?
You keep asking me that question.
I know, I'm curious.
Oh, of course you do. More and more. Around the eyes.
Yeah? Do I really?
Mm-hmm. More each day. I only hope that all my girls will turn out to be as beautiful and as fine a woman as their brother.
Mm-hmm. Aunt Helen. Aunt Helen.
Oh, you look beautiful. And you look just the same. My favorite aunt. Oh, it's so good to see you.
Well, how's your family? Fine. We're all healthy. Wealthy's another story. We're all working on wives. How's my family? Jake?
He's
Actually, I haven't seen him in a while, but I think he's fine. He's just the same.
Still waiting for his ship to come in and looking for somebody to unload it for him?
No, actually, that is not entirely true. You know, he worked like the dickens to try to get their restaurant open.
Well, how's the restaurant doing?
Great, great. Well, kind of, the food's great.
Look, speaking of food, I'm going to have to order right away because I'm picking up a friend at the airport. So you are writing a book?
Well, I'm actually doing the research. I mean, the writing's way down the line.
How can I help, my dear?
I need you to fill in some things about Mom.
A wonderful woman.
She's a great cook, or is my memory exaggerated a little?
Oh, she could bake soda bread without a recipe. That's how good she was.
Yeah, those are the things that I need you to remind me of. You know, how she ran the house and raised kids and worked all at the same time.
Oh, but she didn't. Not at first. Your father wouldn't allow it. He was born in the wrong century, your father. He's more the Middle Ages type.
I know you're not a big fan of Bob's.
Well, it's all been a long time ago. I'm sure he's mellowed.
Well, anyway, we're not here to talk about Pops. What I really need from you is to tell me about Mom and when she worked for the Loves.
Up in the Grand Mansion. Oh, and then I came and took care of you kids while she worked up there. Those were grand times.
Were they?
Oh, I loved seeing to you and MJ and that devil Ben and baby Sherry.
Yeah, we loved having you too, but I met Mom.
Good times for her. Yeah. Well, I think that's about the time they started fighting even more.
Who?
Well, Vince and Mary. Your mother and Dad gave each other some hard times, I can tell you. What time do we get to Bay City?
Oh, it'll be sometime this evening. Check the tickets for me, would you?
Sure. Sure, they're in here somewhere. All right, just go ask the stewardess, please. Sure, Mrs. LaSalle. Sure.
Are you my one and only?
You know I
I love you.
You know our life is too perfect. No problems, no sadness, no secrets, just love.
Why is that too perfect?
Because sometimes I get afraid that it can't last.
It will. Don't be afraid. I promise it will.
What happened, my love?
But in my memory, Mom was happy.
Yes, she was at first.
Then what happened?
4 children, right in a row. It takes its toll.
So it was us.
Oh, you look around one day and you wonder what happened to your youth.
Her children made her unhappy?
Oh, no, don't misunderstand me. She loved you, Kathleen, and she loved Vince. But what was her future? Poverty and children?
You know, I never realized that we were that poor back then.
Well, money was always tight. And that's what caused the fighting, of course. It always does. And then Vince broke his leg.
I'd forgotten that.
6 mouths to feed, no money coming in. And there was no such thing as welfare back in those days, at least not for the family of Vince McKinnon.
So Mom went up to the mansion.
As a maid.
Pops was angry about that. He didn't like that.
Well, Mary didn't tell him for a day or two, of course. That made it worse. Oh, he was mad.
You know, he never showed it to us.
Of course not. Only to Mary. Oh, but she didn't care. She was free.
Free?
She may have been a servant, yes, but free. And working for the richest family in Bay City. Oh, she was so beautiful with that smile and those beautiful eyes.
And Pops was laid up at home, depressed.
Hobbling about. Unable to bring in a dime.
That must have depressed Mom.
No. No, because for the first time, she was really happy.
As a maid?
Seeing life in the mansion gave her hope of what life might be. She came home filled with admiration for the Loves, especially Reginald.
Reginald.
Well, it was a symbol of what a man could be, could do. She used to give Vince little pep talks. And she told him that they could be everything the Loves were if they really wanted it.
I bet that really sat well with Pops.
He'd have none of it. He said he came from a working class, and that was fine by him.
He's still that way.
Well, that's caused all the more fighting, as you can well imagine.
Did Mom ever seem scared? Like she was in danger?
Oh, Vince would never actually harm her. I'm sure he wouldn't do that.
No, I meant at the mansion. Like, from Reginald.
Never. Well, she was a different person up there.
Happy at the mansion and unhappy at home.
Yes. Oh, but look, you mustn't judge her too harshly, Kathleen. Life was different in the 60s.
I guess so. But you're positive that there was never any threat to Mom from Reginald?
She admired him, I told you.
How much?
What do you mean?
Was it just admiration between the two?
What are you saying?
Did they admire one another from afar or up close? What I'm saying is, was Reginald Love having an affair with his maid, Mary McKinnon?